Hello, everyone. As you can tell, I'm taking this very seriously. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. First off, God, that's beautiful. Nothing better, right? Nothing better. Beautiful. So, I won't leave you guys waiting too long. I'll get right down to business. I've got 15 brands of chicken here, some large cans, some small cans, one plant-based can, right? I've got water for a palate cleanser. Get that flavor out of my mouth. Sorry, I'm looking way up. That's where my chat is. I might rewatch the stream. I will try to give them like a 1 out of 10 score, and then let you know if I'm feeling bored enough. Oh, thank you for the raid, Trophus. I appreciate it. Sorry, there's a little bit of my webcam situation is a little funny, so I'm way up here. But like I said, I have these here. I don't know the exact price that I paid for all of them. Some of them I bought 10 months ago, like 5 states away. Some of them I bought on Amazon. That's a bit unfair. If they have a particular story to tell about what their price was, I'll let you know, of course. But like I said, I'm kind of awkward. I'm kind of nervous, but I'll just jump right into it and start with this one right here. We have Valley Fresh, 100% natural. Purchased at Walmart. I think this was at the mid-range, like $2.90, something like that. For the macro enjoyers, we've got 3.5 servings, 70 calories. 13 grams of protein per serving. Solid. No funny business there, right? So, go ahead. Crack it open. Easy crack. First can of chicken. Got some fat floaties at the top. I've got 1 bowl for juices. And 1 bowl for chicken, which you'll see in a second. I also have this beautiful party fork. Very colorful. So, my plan is I'll grab 1 smaller piece of chicken, 1 larger piece of chicken. Sometimes there's a big difference in the texture, the quality, how moist they are throughout, etc. So I'll go ahead and do that for this one, and I'll let you know how it is. That Dr. Pepper in that wine glass? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I've never had this one before, by the way. Some of these I've had. That was like a small, medium chunk. Pretty good flavor. It's not the most moist, but it's not unpleasantly so. It's not unpleasantly dry. This is a larger chunk. This has very consistently sized chunks, which is kind of nice. It's nice silverware. I like this one. It's good. It's good. It's got a good flavor. Not terribly salty. Got a little bit of smokiness to it. Overall, all things in, mostly because of the dryness, bringing it down a bit, I'd give this maybe a 7. I'd give this about a 7. I'll go ahead and put this in the big chicken bowl. Also, 50 stream streak. That's beautiful. That's excellent. Thank you for being here so often, man. I appreciate it. First can out of the way. Get this out of here. Second can here. I believe I bought this at Meijer or on Amazon. This is at the higher end of the cost spectrum. It's a name brand, of course. It's Swanson. White premium chunk chicken breast. We have the macros right here. 80 calories, 2 servings per container, and 15 grams of protein per serving. So I believe this contains a bit less actual chicken than the other brand, which with the price as a consideration, I think this one's close to $4 a can for this larger can. The other one I think was about $3. What I'm going to do with all the chicken? So typically I meal prep like big batches of chicken breast anyway. What I'm going to do is gather all this on the side, and I will like use it like meal prep chicken as I normally would throughout the week. So I will 100% be using it. I might try to make a soup with the chicken juice, although I think that might get a little weird with how much sodium content is in it. I don't know if that'd kill me. Are Charlie and Posty getting the juice? Too much sodium. Too much sodium. It'd be very bad for them. Oh, this one squirted a little bit when I opened it. So it's very, very full of juice. It did open nicely, but as you can see, like I suspected, quite a bit of liquid content in this one. Not terribly appetizing looking, to be totally honest with you. So I'll go ahead and drain this. Oh, it's got some fatty chunks at the top. I don't love that. I don't know if you'll be able to see here, but I'll probably not without me tipping it. Yeah, not intentional ASMR, but if it's there, I'll take it, right? Here's some of the chicken chunks for you up close. Quite pink, actually. And like I said, you get some of that. Yeah. I won't describe what it looks like. I'll spare you guys. So, like I said, smaller chunk, let you know how it tastes, and then I'll give you a larger chunk. Got some smaller chunks on the side here. Flavor's good. It tastes oddly greasy. They're all pre-cooked, yes, they're all pre-cooked. Any canned chicken that you buy is going to be pre-cooked. Oddly greasy. Also, 55 stream streak, that's beautiful, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate you being here so often. That's my sister, by the way. So shout out sisters. Small chunk. Had good flavor. Wasn't terribly salty. Oddly slimy. If they got rid of the slime, that'd elevate this quite a bit. Overall, not terrible though. So, I have a bigger chunk right here. I'll let you know how it is. I have to say, I don't love this one. This is on the higher end of the price spectrum, but I don't absolutely love this one. Also, there's more of those weird chunks. It's fine. The bigger chunks, it was like artificially moist, but at the end of it kind of dry. It almost, this is going to sound horrible, but it's like a half step towards almost like having hair in your mouth. Like it's almost, I don't know. I don't love this. I don't love this. I would definitely mix some things in with this. And frankly, I'd like to wash that down. That's not great. I'm quite a generous scorer though, so I'd give that a 5. It's not horribly offensive. I just certainly will not be purchasing this again. So, goes in the chicken bowl. The only thing I won't put in here is if something is like vile. Get that out of the way. So, on to the next brand. We have Brookdale. I believe this is about $2.49 per can. On the lower end for these bigger cans. I actually buy this quite consistently. I know the product pretty well. It's very good. Here's the macros for the people interested in that. We have 60 calories, my apologies, and 11 grams of protein. 4 servings per container. That's a pretty healthy amount of servings in a container of chicken. Pretty solid. I like this one a lot, I can already tell you that, but I will go ahead and crack it open for you. All these nuts. Aldi is beautiful, man. We got as you'll see in a second, we have a Costco in the area, and that's sort of superseded a lot of my purchases, if that's the right word. I'm not very smart. But overall, Aldi, kind of the GOAT. I have to be honest with you, it smells like a fart. But looks wise, not too bad. Not too bad. I can actually see the chicken in this one, unlike the one from, what's that brand? Swanson. Unlike Swanson. Go ahead and de-juice it. Not nearly as much juice. Love to see it. I'm not paying for juice, I'm paying for chicken, you know. Never been to Costco? Costco is incredible. Here is the chicken. Once it's drained, you'll see it's got a nice pink color to it like the other one does. It does have some of those fat chunks in there. I don't believe this one is as slimy though. And to be fair, it's like 30% cheaper. So there's obviously a bias to how much something costs for how I feel about how it tastes, you know? That affects it. So, like I said, small chunk, let you know, and then I'll go do a big chunk. That's not a very small chunk. It's pleasant. It's moist. Good flavor. It's a fairly one-note flavor. This is gonna sound like more of an insult than I mean it to. A little bit of a fart back end, but not a super offensive one. A little sulfuric is what I'm looking for. A little bit of a sulfuric back end. Maybe I'm just used to it, so it doesn't bother me so much. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let me take one of these big chunks out of here. Not greasy, unlike the Swanson. Not greasy. Oh, hydrate? I appreciate it. Thank you, Naharas. I appreciate it. Good moisture content. Not terribly salty. Decent flavor. A little bit flat, and like I said, a little bit of that sulfuric taste in the background. Overall, though, this is a solid workhorse of canned chicken. It's reliable. It's been about the same every time I've got it. It's cheap. I like it a lot. I'd give it a 7.5 for the experience overall. Don't put too much weight on that fart thing that I was talking about. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Thank you for the bits. On-screen celebration. I don't actually know what that means, so I'm just gonna get up and dance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hydrate, all right, how many is that? Five big sips, just for you. I appreciate the hydrates. Hopefully I limited that, because I can get terrible. Oh, let me. That can of chicken is down. Put that off to the side. Thank you, thank you. I tried very hard. I don't typically dance, so that's a very rare occasion for you guys. Exclusive content, right? Barely danced at my own wedding. Here we have one from Hargis House, premium chunk chicken breast and water with rib meat. This is a Save-A-Lot brand, actually, if you've been to Save-A-Lot. I'm not sure how local they are to Michigan, but yeah, Save-A-Lot. Macros for you: 70 calories, 12 grams of protein, pretty solid. 3 servings per container. Nothing wrong with that. Solid product. I have no idea how much I paid for this, but some context for you is that the Save-A-Lot that I purchased this from is in, hopefully, I'm probably being too specific, Baldwin, Michigan. There's not many options out there. This is the best canned chicken you're gonna get because it's probably the only canned chicken you're gonna get, right? How much can I complain? Usually Save-A-Lot's pretty reasonable as well, right? So, highlight my message. I see it. Yeah, 53,000 beans. 69,000 you get free merch, which I need to nerf once you guys make me go broke. Good opening experience. No big fat module. Whatever that word is. No big fat chunks at the top. I'm gonna end up spilling it. I'll go ahead and drain it. Smells a lot less sulfuric than the Aldi one did, so that's a little bit promising. Not a ton of water. I like that. I like that. Get the fancy fork out. So, just like I've done before, one small piece. Well, maybe a couple. I really enjoy that. That's really good. It's moist. It's got good chicken flavor. It doesn't taste unnatural. It's not insanely salty. Some of these, you crack into them, and you're like, oh my god, salt. And if you're adding it to something like ramen, a salad, something like that, the salt can get, you know, get a little crazy. Some things the salt's fine, whatever, cool, it makes sense there. But many things like ramen where you don't want more salt, that can be a concern. So, not gonna do a bigger chunk. There aren't really, you can probably see, not really many huge chunks in this. Some of these you'll see, oh sorry, I forgot to show you the drained one. Well, this is it drained. And my camera makes things a little more pink than they are in real life, just FYI. Oh, here's a pretty good chunk. We'll go with this. Yeah, that's solid. That's really good. This would be really fantastic on a salad. Inoffensive, adds plenty of protein, good chicken flavor. I appreciate this one quite a lot. Overall, and solid chicken content in here. I can tell there's plenty of chicken. I'd give this like an 8.5. This is the best one so far. So yeah, this rocking an 8.5. Beautiful. I appreciate this. The nearest Save-A-Lot's probably an hour for me, so. But we've still got plenty of contenders. You can see. Next one we have is Good and Gather. Premium white chicken, chunk in water. Please focus, thank you. This is a Target product. I believe this is also on the lower end of prices, less than $3 for sure. I think it was like $2.80, something like that, maybe slightly more than Aldi. We have, a little harder to read, 50 calories, 5 servings per container, and 8 grams of protein per serving. I think that's actually a slightly worse ratio than some of these other ones. So for whatever reason, maybe this has a little bit more fat in it and so on. Actually, I can just read it. 1 gram of fat, 8 grams of protein, and 0 carbs. So I don't know. Maybe don't put too much into that. I've had this before, FYI. I think it's quite good. I'll let you know. Go ahead and crack into it. 5 servings. Yeah, so really, the serving size for this is 56 grams. The serving size for this is also 56. They just made the servings a slightly smaller amount. So really, they're just splitting up the servings a little differently than they're doing with other brands. Don't read into that too much. Kind of hissed. This one's kind of tough to open. It's got some resistance. Doesn't really smell like much at all, honestly. Here's a bit of a close-up if I can make that happen without tipping it. A little bit of fat floating towards the top. Ooh. This has got some cloudiness to it. Welcome, Takaros. I appreciate you being here. I don't know what would cause that cloudiness. Maybe higher salt content than the others, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know. As you can see, Takaros, I'm taking this very seriously. I'll repeat the process to Takaros. I open it. I'm giving it a sniff. I take a smaller chunk of chicken. Test that. Quite good. It tastes less artificially soft compared to some of the other ones. Thank you. Thank you. Which I kind of like. This tastes more like chicken as if I had just made it. Closer to that. It is quite salty, so I think my cloudiness theory was correct. It is fairly salty. So let me see if I can. This has 260 milligrams of sodium per serving. This one has 270, but the serving in this is, I don't know, it just tastes more salty. Anyway, yeah, there's a decent amount of sodium in this one. And I didn't do like low sodium brands because I wanted to just keep it level. Some of the low sodium options are relative to the same brand, so it almost doesn't matter. Like you'll find, sorry, I'm a little bit nerdy about this. You'll find that the low sodium option for one brand might still be more sodium than the normal option for another brand. You just need to compare them side by side at the store to really determine what's actually low sodium, you know? I got the small chunk in, like I said, quite good, decent amount of salt, really good flavor. And I'll do a big chunk. Stabbing into it, I can kind of tell this might be a little on the dry side. You know what? No, not really. No, it's not too bad. Another big chunk right here. This is my dinner, by the way. I do like this quite a lot. This is, if I were eating a can of chicken, straight up, nothing on it, no mayo, no buffalo sauce, not in anything. So far, I'd probably pick this, mostly because of the salt. Just gives it a good flavor. It's good to enjoy independently. I like this. Very good product. I appreciate Target for providing it. When I'm out on my work trips, especially in the larger cities, a lot of the time Target is the only option nearby. For some reason, Target's like the king of inner city grocery stores. I get a couple of these and I've got my protein for the week, you know? So I've got some, nostalgia is not the right word, some appreciation for this brand. And sorry, I forgot to give it a score. I'd give this an 8. I'd give this an 8. My bowl is getting quite heavy. Also, I'm gonna take a sip of my Dr. Pepper. Not because I need it, because I deserve it. That's a 10. That's a 10. No elaboration needed. Absolute 10. So, here we have kind of an MVP. Anybody that knows canned chicken knows Kirkland. They're a big player in this game, alright? They know what's up. A lot of canned chicken enjoyers swear by Kirkland signature. This is Costco's in-house brand, of course. I will give you the macros right here. 60 calories, 3.5 servings. 13 grams of protein. Sodium content 270. Very similar to the Target one, although the serving size for this seems to be a little larger, so take that in mind. Did you try the Target plant-based one? No, I don't think so. I didn't, if you're asking me. And then he eats out of the entire chicken bowl at the end. I might. If I'm still hungry, I'll do it. So, go ahead and crack this bad boy open. No hiss from this one. That's kind of reassuring. This has that little bit of a sulfuric smell similar to the Aldi can. The liquid is pretty clear. There's a little bit of that gelatinous, what I assume to be fat on top. Not too bad though, not too bad. I'll go ahead and drain it. Also, let me know if I miss steps. I'll probably upload it to YouTube because screw it. Not an absolute ton of liquid. I like that. I like that. I appreciate that. So, as I said, small chunk. That's really good. That's fantastic. Moist, good flavor, very chicken forward. Sometimes you taste these, they taste a little bit like they could be tofu, for all you know. Not very flavorful. This one's quite good. I can taste that there's a healthy amount of salt in here. There's a good amount of salt. In a good way, though. I like it. I like it. I've found Kirkland, oops, don't tell anyone, has some of the fattest chunks of chicken of all the brands. Look at that absolute monstrosity, right? So if you like big chunks, Kirkland's your guy. Great flavor. Moist throughout. It's soft in a way that in certain dishes that might be off-putting, to be honest with you. Sometimes you're expecting a bit of resistance when you're eating something like a chicken wrap, like a buffalo chicken wrap, something like that. I've mixed this into a salad before, blended it up, and it almost no biting resistance, which is a little off-putting sometimes, but very soft, very good flavor, very nice. The macros are good, very good portions. Other than the softness, which I'd say is not perfect, yeah, my channel lamp back there, it's impossible to read it from here, but this is being Della Spook. Also, drawings of Monsieur Wee Wee, because I call my dog Mr. Wee Wee, and then Posty Malone, because Posty's named after Post Malone, and he has like face tattoos. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, quite good. Oh, I didn't give you POV shot of the inside after drainage. Quite large chunks. I'd give this an 8.5. 8.5 overall. Excellent product. I will be buying it again. I enjoy the Costco chicken. You can buy it in a pack of 6. Sorry, the Dr. Pepper is making me want to burp. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Next up, we've got Amazon grocery chicken breast. I believe this was about $2 on Amazon shipped to my house. So if you have Amazon Prime, it's about $2 shipped per can. If you're kind of on the lazy side, my bad, then this is a great option, I would think, price to performance wise. Anyway, 90 calories, 1 serving, 19 grams of protein. That's actually pretty great ratios. I expect this to be quite lean. Yeah, 98% fat free. Premium chunk chicken breast with rib meat and water. I won't waste too much more of your time. I will go ahead and crack it open. Hey, I saw an opportunity to go ahead and get another brand in here. It might be printed, I don't know. I've got one in here that definitely could be. Oh. This lid is quite, it's soft in a way that makes it hard to peel off. You can see it kind of curled back on me. Almost smells a little vegetative, but here's the inside. No nasty floaties or anything. It is quite cloudy. How many? 320 milligrams of sodium. I think that's about par with the Kirkland and the Target. Go ahead and drain it. Yeah, that is quite a bit more cloudy than some of the other ones. Here you go. It's not the most full. It's not the most full. You'll see a couple brands that have quite a bit more in the small can than this one does. But I'll go ahead and crack into it. Hydrate, I got you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh. Lord. For if anybody's watching this on YouTube, but I inevitably upload it, I have people redeeming hydrates on Twitch, and I don't have that integrated into the chat over there. So, smaller piece. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I know why the macros are really good. Not a ton of fat content in here. Even the smaller chunks, usually, the reason I'm doing smaller chunks and larger chunks, hopefully I didn't already explain this, is smaller chunks usually no problem with whatever tenderizing agent or method they're using, getting to the smaller chunks. Usually the smaller chunks are basically always good, tender, delicious, just because nothing really needs to fight through any thick piece of chicken to make them tender. I totally flubbed that explanation, but you know what I mean. The bigger chunks, they can struggle. Sometimes you get to the bigger chunks and they're kind of... But here's a bigger... This is about the biggest chunk you're going to get out of this can. Let me try this one. Yeah, that's quite dry. That's quite dry. The flavor is underwhelming. Not really much to say about the flavor. I look a lot more disappointed than I actually am. It's not like it's not like the Swanson where it was like dry but also oddly greasy. It's just dry. The flavor's fine. Did I give you guys a... Yeah, I did. I would give this like a 4.5. I just don't like it. I just don't like it very much. Yeah. And I love chicken. So a 4.5, honestly, that's quite insulting. Let's get that out of the way. No, thank you. Hydrate? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, this one, you can see it's placed upside down because the label, by default from the factory, upside down. I assume there's a reason. Maybe it's just so they can put this label on there while still giving you the pull tab. But this is Wild Planet. It is free range, raised without antibiotics, 100% pure chicken and sea salt. The only ingredients are chicken and sea salt. All right. We have also, note, this is like $4.50 for this little can, which I would never in a million years. Oh, let me get this out of the way. I would never in a million years pay for this can other than to do a review on it to entertain you guys. All right. So 90 calories in the can, 19 grams of protein. Of course, oh, servings 1.7. Was that the same on this other one? I apologize. No, this is about one serving. This is 1.7 servings. Interesting. Okay. So maybe there's actually a fair amount of chicken in here. For $4.50, I would really hope so. I'll go ahead and crack it open. Oh, this is another one that bends back quite a lot. It kind of smells like wet cat food. I'm gonna insult the fans of this chicken brand by saying that, but yeah, it sort of smells like wet cat food. Hopefully that isn't indicative of what it tastes like, but you'll notice this has quite a lot less liquid than some of the other brands do. I wonder why specifically it does. That's interesting. Oh, let me drain it. Sorry. I wonder if this will be a theme with all of the smaller cans, is that it bends back and they're difficult to drain once it does that. I'll drain from the side. Now, there is also a no salt version of this. Oh, interesting. These 2 pieces are like 2 giant chunks of chicken. So, I've got this one little piece that broke off. I'll consider this my small piece. It's not looking good, fellas. I'm going in for the larger piece. Oh, that's hard to swallow. The flavor sucks. What's the sodium content on this? 390 milligrams. Yeah, the flavor sucks. It's unbelievably dry. The texture's bad. The flavor's bad. It tastes like 50-cent canned tuna. Genuinely, it's got a canned tuna flavor to it. I'm sorry. It's horrible. This had incredibly good reviews on Amazon. So I thought maybe it was good. But I had a friend tell me it sucked, and he was absolutely right. This is dreadful. I don't think it'll be dreadful once I mix it in with all that other chicken, so I'm going to throw it into the pot. Best by date? That's a good question. Sorry. 2028. It is very well within its best by date. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is going in. It is going in the bowl only because it's not like once I mix in enough ranch, it won't matter. Oh, rating. 2. And I love chicken. That's a 2. Solid 2. That is horrible. Thank you. I will never buy that again. There has to be better free-range chicken, whatever options than that. Cleanse your palate, thank you. It is straight up still lingering. That's horrible. Oh, God. All right. On to the next one, please. I'm throwing this in the trash. I'm insulted. As a reference to a beautiful YouTuber that I love very much, my disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Oh, sorry. Next up, thank God, Bumble Bee white chicken. This is in the medium to high range, I believe. I think this was about $2 a can. Premium chunk white chicken and water from Bumble Bee. I know them for their canned tuna products, of course. This is serving size 1 can, 100 calories, 19 grams of protein. Pretty excellent, pretty excellent. I'll go ahead and crack it open for you. The lid was a bit more sturdy than some of the other ones, it felt like. I like that. We've got a little bit of floaty fat. It's a bit more cloudy than some of the other ones. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. I know it's probably impossible to actually see that, but yeah. I'll go ahead and drain it. Smaller chunk first. I'll give it a sniff. Inoffensive. It's fine. It's got a very different flavor than some of the other ones. Have you ever had rotisserie chicken that sat in the fridge for a few days? It has a very particular flavor. Like a Costco rotisserie chicken, like some of the breast meat, if it sat in the fridge for a few days. I swear to God, it's got a really particular flavor. This tastes like that. It's not incredibly pleasant, but it's tolerable. Going in for a bigger chunk. Also, it is quite dry. Not insultingly dry, like the Wild Planet, but it is quite dry. I just don't like the flavor. I wonder if this is low sodium. No, it's not. It's particularly high sodium. It's 350 for the serving. The big brands can't seem to get it right, man. This is not the best. Did I show you guys the dry? Yeah, not incredible. I'd say maybe another 5. I'd give it a 5. I wouldn't pay money for it again. It's got some of a lot left on the bottom, a lot of shredded stuff that's hard to get out. Let's get that out of the way. Next up, we've got Great Value Walmart chunk chicken breast with rib meat. We have 1 serving per can, 110 calories, 23 grams of protein. And I will tell you, this for me is another workhorse canned chicken. I'm very familiar with this chicken, all right? It is like $1.20 a can. Fantastic macros. This thing is full of chicken, right? 23 grams, not bad. Oh, the sodium content for the Bumble Bee, it was 350 milligrams of sodium. And for this Great Value, it is, oh dear Lord, it is 660. So this is quite salty. This one is quite salty. But you do get a fair amount of chicken within this can, I promise. I'll go ahead and crack it open for you. This is the first can so far, which is not folded back over on me. So I can crack it open. Finger down. Oh, let me show you the pour. No weird fat modules. You can see it's quite full, actually. I just dripped chicken juice on my mic. It's quite full of chicken compared to some of the other ones. Yeah, but yeah, no weird fold. Easy. I know this seems silly, but when you're cracking one of these open once or twice a day, it becomes important, all right? Small chunk first. Oh. Sniff test passes just fine. I'm usually quite used to being disappointed by Walmart, but I gotta tell you, this tastes good. It's moist. The sodium content might suggest that it's very, very salty, but in its actual flavor, it's really not overwhelmingly salty. It's quite nice, actually. Good chicken flavor. Actually, sorry, I'm trying to eat more because I actually really like it. Bigger chunk. Let me see. There might be a bigger chunk than that. Yeah, this one's a little bigger. Quite nice. Moist. It's not like soft in a sort of odd way like the Kirkland. It's just soft in a pleasant way. And for the price, I mean, the price is incredible. You really can't beat it. I'm sure that Walmart is doing some really horrible, awful things to achieve this price. But for the end consumer, it's just quite nice and very cheap. I think I'd give this a 9. It's a really good portion for something like a ramen to kick up the protein content. It's got good flavor. It doesn't have a flavor that distracts from other flavors, if that makes any sense. But so far, yes, this is probably an 8.5 or a 9. Considering the price, I'm giving it a 9. Without the price considered, 8.5. All right. You guys might be disappointed, but I'm trying to give you an objectively, exactly how I feel score. I know some of you might go, oh, Walmart, no. That's just how it is. Do I like to support Walmart? No, but. Next up, we've got Tyson. There's actually a Tyson factory not that far from me. I wonder if it was packaged there. Will it tell me? Alright, I'll stop looking. I'm sorry. We have Tyson Premium Chunk Chicken Breast White. We have 120... I believe this was about $2, by the way. 120 calories. We have about 24 grams of protein. Sodium content, 570 milligrams. So this is also a fairly sodium-dense one. So if you're concerned about that, this is another one to maybe avoid. I will go ahead and crack it open for you. Also, 24 grams of protein, 120... For one of these smaller cans, that's actually quite nice. Some of them kind of skimp. Inoffensive smell. It's totally fine. Oh. Undrained POV. Can't skip that. Not too bad. No weird fat mod, whatever you want to call them. I keep wanting to say modules, but that's not correct. Not an absolute ton of juice. This juice isn't super cloudy, anything weird like that. So, as I've said before, say it with me now. Smaller chunk, and then a big chunk. Whatever seasoning flavor they've put in this so far, it's probably the best seasoning slash flavor that I've had. Just on its own, of course. Putting it into different things can affect how you perceive the flavor of the chicken, of course, but on its own, probably the best flavor that I've had today. A little on the dry side. Little on the dry side. That's a little bit of a bigger chunk. I'm probably misusing this word, but the dryness is exonerated by the larger chunks. I would cook this into a ramen or something. Sorry, I keep mentioning ramen. I ate a lot of it. I'd cook this into something like that on the basis that I think it'd tenderize it a little bit. It absorbed some more of that flavor while containing some of its really good flavor, maintaining it. Just if this weren't so darn dry, I would give this like an 8.5, but considering the dryness, it's gotta be like a 7. Oh, shot without the juice in it. Some pretty uniform chunks. Nothing super big, nothing super small. I gotta give it like a 7. I gotta give it like a 7. It's solid. It's solid. I don't mind it. For the $2, there are probably better options for $2, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Good job, Tyson. Especially for the bigger brands. The bigger brands have been disappointing. Next up, Sweet Sue. I purchased this on Amazon. I don't quite remember how much it was. I don't think it was terribly expensive. I think a little over $2, but it's hard to say. Amazon, they upcharge everything, of course. Chunk white chicken in water from Sweet Sue. Macros, we have 2 servings, 60 calories per serving, so about 120 calories in the can. 320 milligrams of sodium per serving, so about 640 in the whole can. 11 grams of protein, so 22 total in the can. And I wonder if this is under a larger conglomerate. Bet it is. Oh, Sweet Sue, P.O. Box, something. Okay. I will go ahead and crack it open. Yeah, 15 different brands of chicken. Well, 14 brands of chicken and one imposter. Oh, we got another Ben backer. Ben backer, not a positive trait in this instance. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Correct. This one's fairly cloudy, which doesn't surprise me with the salt. Weird thing. I don't know why that's unsettling, but there's a bit of rust under the pull tab. Smell is fine. Nothing wrong with the smell. Let's... poking around, I feel like this might be a little dry. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I had high hopes for this. It seems like quite a popular brand. It's got a weird flavor, man. It's got an odd flavor. I don't absolutely love this. You clicked on a canned chicken showdown. We've already gone through, I think, 11 different brands of brands of chicken, sorry. Yeah, even the smaller chunks, they're dry. The flavor sucks. Considering the salt content, I don't taste that salt. They didn't season it very well. I'm gonna go in for a bigger chunk here, and I'm sure it's gonna really suck. Yeah. This is the second worst one. Behind Wild Planet, this is dry. It sucks. The flavor isn't good. I don't like that. I don't like that. Only because it's a lot cheaper. I'm giving this like a 3. I'm giving this like a 3. It's going in here. I could tell by poking at it. This is dry. All right. All right. God, thank you for the hydrate. I really need it. Oh, dear Lord. Oh. Oh. Proof that God exists. Anyway. It is not wine. It's a Diet Dr. Pepper, baby. I don't drink. I'm 2 years sober. Anyway. Here is Meijer Premium Chunk White Chicken. This is quite lean. 1 serving per container, 100 calories. We have 20 grams of protein. And we're looking at 360 milligrams of sodium. Not terribly salty. Pretty good salt content if you're thinking about not overloading on it. Not quite as much chicken as the Walmart brand is. In Michigan, at least, Walmart, Meijer, based almost always directly across from each other, so they're kind of competing. This can, though, excuse me, this is about $1.50 per can, sometimes on sale for a little cheaper. I've had this one quite a bit, so I know how it is, but I'll go ahead and crack it open for you anyway. But it is noticeably more expensive than the Walmart brand. Oh. This is like in the middle of some of the ones that bend back like crazy and some of the ones that are stiff and easier to open. Not too bad. It's quite cloudy. Got some nasty chunks in there, some of that fat stuff. Smell is fine. Maybe my sense of smell is borked because none of them have smelled like old farts in a while. Oh, Dan, don't look at this. This is all chicken juice. Yep, another cloudy one. As always, small piece and then a big piece. Noticeable salt. Not terribly dry. It's not crazy moist like some of the other ones, but not terribly dry. The smaller chunk at least. Very good chicken flavor. I quite like the chicken flavor on this one. Well seasoned. Well as in skillfully seasoned. Not like a strong amount of it. I will take a bigger chunk. And like I said, I'm very familiar with this. I know it can be a little bit on the dry side. Not bad. Inoffensive. Not quite as moist as some of the other brands, but not choke on it dry like some of like Sweet Sue and Wild Planet were. This is decent. Like the flavor a lot. If they could figure out the moisture content, or not moisture, but if they could figure out some of the moistness, I'd give this a higher score. But for now, I'd say 5.5, 6, 5.5 or 6. Yeah. If it were a little cheaper, if it were like $1.20 like the Walmart brand one was, I'd probably just give it a solid 6. But for now, let's put it away. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, and by the way, here is my discard pile. I'm not discarding it. I'm eating it for meal prep throughout the week. We only have 2 more brands of chicken to go. We've gone through 13 other brands. Next up is Clover Valley. This is a Dollar General brand, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's Dollar General. We are looking at 70 calories, about 1.5 servings per container. So about 110 calories or so. 100, 110, somewhere in there. We have 12 grams of protein per serving times 1.5. So about 18 grams of protein. Oh, thank you for the sub, Dan. I appreciate you.
This is insane.
We have 220 milligrams of sodium, so about 315 or so. I'm probably doing the math wrong in the whole can. I have not. I think I have had this one before, and I remember it being quite decent. So, oh, thank you for the follow, your mom's meatloaf. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I'll go ahead and crack it open for you guys. I remember this being fairly cheap. I think maybe $1.50. Good little pop. Oh, this is a backbender. Makes it annoying to drain. Smells just fine. Here is the close-up with it still having the juice in it. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it, Harris. Oh, shoot. Thank you for the gifted subs, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Where's everyone going?
Lightning Bolt, you're the freaking best. Lightning Bolt is a go watch baseball buddy of mine and a close mutual friend. I just splattered chicken juice on my keyboard. Oh, that away. It's actually quite pleasant looking. Nice, decent chunks. Nothing nasty looking in there. Oh, by the way, you like my cool fork? I brought out the fancy fork this time. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Small chunk. That's really nice. Fancy Feast, it is basically cat food. It's really moist. Not terribly hard to chew through. Doesn't have that weird grainy-ish texture to it that some of the other ones do. It's got a more present flavor than some of the other brands I've had. Not bad by any means, but it kind of tastes like Knorr like powdered chicken stock mix, if you've ever had something like that. That's kind of the vibe it gives me. It's not bad though. It doesn't taste natural, but not bad. Going in for a bigger chunk. Still moist all the way through. Actually, this one tastes like it has some more. Felt like it had a bit more fortitude. Still pretty good though. I like this. It's a good product. Has a little bit of that sulfuric flavor that like the Aldi brand did, which maybe means more sulfuric farts or something later on, but time will tell. I'll let you know. I'll let you know tomorrow. I would give this a solid 7. It's pretty good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Not bad. Not bad. Oops. Now, I more than likely saved the worst for last. This is the last one, by the way. So let me get a sip. Cleanse my palate. Have to give it a fair chance. Actually, I might be worse off if I don't still have chicken flavor in my mouth. Ah, dear Lord. Oh, that's good. Anyway, next up is Unmeat chicken chunks. Plant-based chicken. It is from the company Unmeat, I assume. I hope nobody unmeats me. We have 3.5 servings per container. 45 calories. Protein content 5 grams. It is, of course, plant-based, but in the realm of macros, chicken, etc., that's close to half what you're typically getting at a real can of chicken. But if you don't eat chicken, fair enough. You'd be absolutely correct, Lightning. That's what I was referring to. So, unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and crack this open for you. And I've had this before. I've already been hit with the smell. Oh. It's sticking to the lid. What have I done to myself? Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. The slop on the lid. It tastes nutty, or it smells nutty. It's almost got like a peanut butter smell to it. The lid didn't bend back on me, so it's easy to drain. Frankly, I am not draining this into the rest of my chicken juice. I'm not gonna ruin that perfectly delicious chicken juice. All right. This is going in a separate pile. Oh God, it's very slimy in here. I'll give you, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna give you a close-up POV shot. Kind of looks like the cross section of a log. Oh, Lord. Thank you for all the bits. I appreciate y'all. The flavor is not even that bad. The texture is horrible. What am I gonna do with the chicken juice? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I don't know. Might try to make a couple batches of soup with it. Likely, I'm gonna toss it. It's like squishy. It almost has the texture of a mushroom or poorly overly steamed asparagus. And I don't know how to describe the flavor. It certainly doesn't taste like chicken to me. Peanuts and cardboard? I don't know. All right, I'm going in for a bigger chunk. Why am I doing this to myself? All right. Just a reminder. That's what it looks like. Kind of looks like a blister. It looks like the mole on your grandmother's foot. Oh, God. I just got another burst of juice down my throat for some reason. You can tell I'm oddly used to that. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh. Oh. That is the worst thing I've put in my mouth today. That's a 1. That's a 1. I'm sorry, vegans. I could not be you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That is awful. I have the odd temptation to mix it in with my Dr. Pepper, though. Oh, God. All right. Why am I doing this? Look at it. It looks like cigarette water. Oh my God. I'm just playing. I'm still here. That's fucking awful. All right. Yeah, that was horrible. I don't know why I did that. Oh, God. All right, well. Here's the juice. Here's the chicken. Actually, Moogie, will you fetch me the scale, please? I'm curious about how much chicken is in here. No, I did not go. I hate throwing up. I hate throwing up. Yes, please. It should be on right on the counter. I'm gonna measure it out for you guys. I'm not gonna put in the effort to negate how much the bowl weighs, though. I'm gonna be so real. Thank you, my love. All right. Let's see. So, bowl with the chicken in it. I assume the bowl itself, a couple 100 grams. 3 more hydrates. You're so right. My bad. Yummy. Got a bonus one in there for you. We've got 1,800 grams, which is 4 pounds, 2.5 ounces. Now the bowl weighs some, but I've got about 4 pounds of chicken to grind through this upcoming week. All right, let's see how much juice we've got. About almost 3 pounds is what it's reading. So maybe 2.8 pounds of juice. Like I said, I'm probably just going to throw this away, but you know. Well, just don't pour that. I won't pour that down my sink. Do you think the toilet's safe? There's really not that much fat in here. It is quite lean. Well, that's all the content I really had planned. Hopefully you guys were entertained. I may do something similar to this in the future with something else. Hopefully the Immaculate Fit was nice for you guys. This was Peak. Thank you. I appreciate it. I put more effort into this than I probably should have because it's pretty dumb. But I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all have a beautiful night. Hydrate. Thank you for all the subs. Tuna will make you vomit. I'm sorry. Tuna is not fantastic. For a while to eat lean, I was eating a bunch of tuna, but I was like, all right, why am I doing this to myself? This sucks. For the name of the content, yes. Do Asian snacks? I'd be willing. I just have to gather them. Or I eat a lot of ramen, so I could probably do a ramen comparison. And I'm willing to torture myself with the heat of like 3 times bowl deck. No Dark Souls? Nah, it's not set up for it tonight. This was a lot of brain power. Believe it or not, I was quite nervous. I'm right here. He's Asian. Anyway. Everybody have a beautiful night. I appreciate you. I'll see you again. I'll probably be streaming Dark Souls tomorrow, which is a lot less entertaining, but